Waklisat Donaka Gausastis Lofanitani Isaiah No Modakni Choi Yogsikni. What's poppin'? My name is Lofanitani Isaiah. I am Modak in Klamath, and I'm a sophomore here at the University of Oregon. I'm here today because I want to talk about Indigenous Peoples Day and a little bit about what Indigenous Peoples Day means to me. So my senior year of high school, I was a part of a movement to declare Columbus Day as Indigenous Peoples Day in Klamath County. We got signatures, we made a proclamation, and we handed all of it into the Klamath County's Commissioner's office, but we ended up getting denied by them. But actually last year, October 6th, 2017, Governor Kate Brown declared October 9th as Indigenous Peoples Day in response to efforts by the Klamath Tribal Youth Council, which is super dope. So Indigenous Peoples Day, to me, I just remember at a young age, just growing up, all like my teachers, like other students, just people around me would be like, hey, happy Columbus Day. Like people would be like, Happy Columbus Day. And I didn't always know exactly what Columbus Day meant to me, but I knew how it made me feel. And when people celebrate holidays based on colonialism and genocide, it always made me feel invisible and like I had no power, which is wrong. Holidays like Columbus Day are ongoing colonial tactics that play a big role in the erasure of Indigenous peoples and play a big role in not acknowledging that we are even here today. Not only is the erasure of the Indigenous peoples ingrained in holidays such as Columbus Day, but it's also ingrained in our school system. It's ingrained in our textbooks in the way that we are taught and the way that our children are taught. It's ingrained in the way people treat Indigenous peoples and the way that we're represented in media and movies and things like that. That's why it's so important for us to educate ourselves, whether that be in college or really anywhere else. We need to claim space. We need to take up space in places where there may not even be room for us at all. Indigenous Peoples Day, as well as every other day of the year, is really about refusing the status quo. Indigenous Peoples Day is about refusing to be silent, and it's about speaking up for ourselves and recognizing ourselves as strong Indigenous peoples, because that's really what we are. I have a little brother and sister, and I never want them to feel invisible or powerless when people try to erase them with holidays such as Columbus Day or in textbooks. Everything I do, whether it be going to college, speaking here today, or refusing to be invisible, is going to make a better place for them, and really for everyone, whether they be Indigenous or not. Having Indigenous Peoples Day recognized wasn't possible for my grandparents, and it wasn't possible for my parents, but it's going to be possible for me, and it's going to be possible for future generations, and I feel that that is really important. Like, my brother and sister will grow up knowing that it's Indigenous Peoples Day and it's not Columbus Day. Like, I feel like that's super dope. And just thinking to future generations with that in mind is really cool. Getting Columbus Day replaced with Indigenous Peoples Day, I feel is a really big accomplishment, but I also feel like it was overdue. And in many other places, I feel like changing the holiday to Indigenous Peoples Day is still overdue. Like, we still have a lot more issues and things that need to be changed. So I hope that we look at this holiday, Indigenous Peoples Day, as a stepping stone. And I hope that we continue to accomplish more dope things and stuff like that, because it's really important. And I feel like the struggle is still not over and we have a long way to go. So I want to say, Mosop Ketcha, thank you for being here today, and happy Indigenous Peoples Day.